If images can serve as an alternative, or rather an extension of memory, then moving images can only serve as an extension of the fact. Last October, as you may have heard, Muammar Gaddafi was captured and executed in the city of Sirte in Libya. Much has been reported on the event in print and on online publications, but what made the event so unique was that the man's capture was documented on video, uploaded, and made accessible to the world within hours. We could all experience it the same way. No hearsay, no shoddy recollections, nothing of the sort. With cell phone cameras quickly recording the beating down of Gaddafi, there was no need for speculation. Once available for all to see, a giant historical event was forever documented and transformed into a public event. And when I say the matter, I do not refer to what happened to Gaddafi, but rather to the way it was documented. Gaddafi's humiliation and suffering was out front and center. You couldn't walk past a newspaper stand without seeing his bruised and battered, and perhaps deceased, body on the front page, days after it happened. If squeamish, and given the situation, who wouldn't be, you were hard-pressed to find an escape. The news was highlighting an important event in the world, and showed it for all its glory. It was everywhere. TMZ, of all places, the paparazzi website based in celebrity fetishism, released an increasing number of photos of Gaddafi's body as they became available. A website like this, of course, gained traction, but the verdict's still out on clout. We hear about the horrors of war and war violence quite often. We become immune to the stories. No matter how much we hear, it's just words posing as fuzzy images. We become immune to constant talk and tragic reporting. When we are presented with images of a disgusting but true nature, however, we rebel and we get angry. How dare the media show us these images? It's absurd. It's unethical. But it is reality. Which leads to the question, how much information is too much information? Is it enough to hear about an event and not see it? Should we even be granted access to the footage out there? Less a CNN effect than that of the ever-quickening internet. In the case of Gaddafi, who had control? Who had the power to distribute this graphic footage? Global Post's Tom Mucha had an interesting conversation on the matter with Lisa Mullins of The World in an October radio broadcast. Lisa Mullins asked, "Can you tell us in your own experience, not only as editor of Global Post, but in your journalistic experience, how things have changed in terms of images that now tell us what happened in an event, but then also have an afterlife? Give us your own experience in cases like these." Mucha's response was an interesting one. Quote, "We are finding that it is very popular with news audiences because people want to see events as they happen. It's raw, it's visceral, it's in real time, it's delivering information that people want without filters and without multiple layers. This new technology allows viewers to really get a first draft of what's happening in a way that was never really possible before. Imagine if mobile phone cameras had been around when Mussolini executed in Italy, or when Ceausescu was shot by his own people in Romania. Coverage of that would have been ubiquitous. Now imagine if 9/11 had occurred yesterday. The amount of video coverage of that even would have been overwhelming. You would have had literally thousands of tiny personalized records of that day, from multiple sources, multiple locations, multiple perspectives. At Global Post, how do we look at this? We view these as new reporting tools, which can't be controlled by any one news organization, but they offer new opportunities for smart journalists to tell better and more complete stories on consequential topics, like this one in Libya." End quote. A growing belief, its popularity noted by Malcolm Gladwell in the New Yorker article, "Small Change, Why the Revolution Will Not Be Tweeted," is that, quote, "the new tools of social media have reinvented social activism. With Facebook and Twitter and the like, the traditional relationship between political authority and popular will has been upended, making it easier for the powerless to collaborate, coordinate, and give voice to their concerns." Is this true? Gladwell doesn't even really seem to believe it. Or maybe citizens are freelance photographers for important news coverage now. Give a camera to the common man and see what he does with it. The internet can be seen as democratic, for better and for worse.
I see the girls go by dressed in their summer clothes. I have to turn my head until my darkness goes. Flowers and my love hope never to come back.